Yeah, he owns the place.
Plans on being in within 30 days, so she's gonna actually be finishing the floor, sanded it, put all the wood back on the windows.
He's gonna have,
We have to get her kitchen and bathroom set up, so we should have that done.
So your lease, this one will be leased fully done?
It'll have the bathroom, kitchen, it'll be basically rub as far as, you'll have to, paint the ceiling and the floor, if you want carpet, you have to put carpet in, or, tile this or whatever. And that's something that we can also do and prorate for their lease.
Well, look at the floors on the other side.
This would be
$600 for this side. Yeah. Now this is the side. Look at all these windows up here. Tell me this wouldn't be gorgeous. Just look at all the.
I think this is pine or oak. Pine?
No,
Or it could be something.
I think it's something else. Yeah, it's. But this is the area where you have the big chair and all this light coming in.
Yeah, big trees right here.
Yeah, you could put some neat looking.
They found the
Well, you could build the little bridge across there, and then actually have a little deck out there. There is going to be a deck. There is going to be a deck connected with this one in the rear. Let's see that all the way in the back. That's kitchen and bathroom.
shoe angel.
That's kitchen, bathroom all the way at the back then. On that rear wall is going to be the kitchen, and then right behind that
Now,
is
is
the
this a
bathroom.
space someone has leased who's going to be in here in a month?
Actually, this is Charlie's, a chef at Charlie's.
Oh, okay. Oh, the woman chef at,
Hello.
how are you guys?
Oh, we're just saying, yeah. They've done a lot here since I was here the last time. Yeah, this is going to be one unit.
This is one unit, yeah.
Is it? Well, Ari almost sold me on the other.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Red said 1250 for the front apartment. I was standing in the bathroom. He told me to get out and go in the living room.
Absolutely.
How many units? Is this one unit over here and this is going to be a unit
Yeah,
here?
2 units.
Well, Liv, you and David could get one over here and I could be over here. And we could check it around.
However, however you like to have.
Yeah, unless they would build something. And in the other building too, looking out of that car. Of course, they're gonna take all this down.
It's really, I was impressed just from working here in the evening, how nice it is with the city lights and all. And then to get on the roof at night, to overlook the city, it's really impressive. Sure. Really impressive. And you have your deck furniture up there, a hot tub or whatever, or entertain up there, gardens and so forth. It would be great.
Space.
Yeah, it is. And you'd be surprised how large that is up there. And then the elevator, the equipment room kind of extends up like a separate room upstairs, and we're going to build a kind of a skylight on top of that. But it'll be a white glass, and we'll have a light on there all night. So that'll put out a real nice glow across the roof.
Yeah.
So it'll be kind of a night light. And you can see it.
This is the part I would like, out on the little deck here in the back, when the trains go by.
Yeah, there you go.
You have to watch the trains.
Yeah. Now they have, they have these special train tours that, all over the United States, and whether they're antique trains or whatever. But this is one of the spots that they stop because it's the most visible in the Dayton area where people can actually go watch them. So they stop right here.
Sure.
You'd have a good viewpoint for it.
Yeah, they still have a couple of the old steam engines and stuff, I think, that come through.
Yeah. And we're going to put a 5-car garage off the back of that. That will actually extend this roof access here another 20 to 24 feet.
I was gonna say,
Well,
Tom, explain, is that gonna be a door?
Yes, that's the doorway right there. This floor will be tiered up to where you'll be one step from going out the door. Those windows will be replaced. And then when we put the 5-car garage on, the roof line will be the same height. So it will go out another 20 to 24 feet. There'll be a set of stairs in that corner that'll take you up to this roof level. So you have this entire roof level here.
Oh, okay. So this would, so you would even go back, because that would have you.
Yes, yeah, you have this whole area here along with that. And I figured, this area here would be perfect for your grill and stuff like that, and plants and things. And then as far as your question about how you get up to the garage, we'll have a spiral staircase that'll come up through the garage roof into what I would call a divided room. There'll be a door on one side to take them over to that space, and a door on this side to come into this area. The doors will be automatic. You'll be able to pull up to the garage, hit the garage door opener, pull in, and then get out of your car. The stairway will be right here, come right up to the door.
It's very security.
Yeah, it is, and that's one thing. We had our original design was an iron roof area, and it was real nice. A lot of iron work and some ornate numbers and stuff on it.
Yeah.
It was really nice, but it really wasn't practical. Everybody liked the idea of the covered parking, but it wasn't that secure. So now by putting a block structure back there, which will be supported.
Entrance, that's 5th Street out there. The gate, steps coming up, the studio apartment. There's Studio North then is located through that door. We'll go in here.
I think it would be to her advantage to put some signs in there. That they can't flush those toilets.
The drains aren't hooked up.
Are they hooked up or not? They're not, neither one of them are hooked
The
up?
drains aren't, I don't think. That's what he said.
Is he left?
Yeah.
So there's no plumbing?
Side of the Tolliver Loft, studio lofts, north and south. I'll be taking you up the steps very shortly. the upstairs. There are 2 housing units on the 2nd floor. Trolley coming down the street. This is the entrance from 5th Street. There would be the doors to both units. There's also a rear entrance. And of course it's locked. Hello.
This is called Welcome.
This is In Concert with Dave. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
So happy you could be here.
Welcome to the Catskills.
Okay, John, tell us what we're doing here and why we're here and what is this celebration all about?
February 17th, 1994, we're here for the open house of the Tolliver Residence Studios at 423 East 5th Street, developed by Marge Bernard.
Okay, there's 2 lofts. There's 2 loft studios.
There are 2 loft-type apartments on the 2nd floor.
Okay, right now we're standing in.
Well, we're standing at the entrance here. This is an old metal fire escape. The entrance will be from 5th Street. You come up. It's the entrance here to Studio South, which is about 900 square feet. And right behind that, where you're standing, is Studio North, which is 1,100 square feet. The 2nd floor here has been vacant for several decades. And the architect, who was Ken Seidel, did a layout here to take advantage of the openness of the 2nd floor. And when we go in the studios here, you'll see what they did to make them feel larger, especially with the skylights, and there aren't too many partitions.
The first floor is occupied as a.
Yeah, the first floor there's a business there called Sterling Studio.
Very good. Let's go into Studio
All
South.
right. Brian, let's go in here and take a look at Studio South.
Okay. It's like Norm.
I think when you come in here, one of the first things you're probably struck by is the openness of it. And of course, it's about 4 o'clock right now, and these windows here are facing south. This unit, come on in, this unit here gets a lot of natural light. We have a sky window over the kitchen area. This is the living, sleeping area. And at the entrance here, we have a very large closet. Clothes, all sorts of storage.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Big closet. Big closet.
And of course in here we have the rest of the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, this smells good. It smells like there's sewer gas coming out of here.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Smells a little suspect.
Here, we'll keep, this smells very suspect.
It'll probably blow up soon.
Anyway, this union has 900 square feet. Of course, you get a great view across the street here, the adult bookstore.
Oh yeah. Censorship kills freedom.
Yes, it does. And over here we have a view of the newly remodeled Tumbleweed Connection. Bigger and
See
more
if we
beautiful.
get a shot of that.
I haven't been there in a long time. I need to go over there.
That might be where we go for drinks tonight, John. Not that we ever do that. Let me get a shot of the kitchen here.
Well, the kitchen's very conveniently laid out with the refrigerator, sink oven, and there's a space here for someone, possibly the renter or maybe the developer later on, maybe put a washer and dryer combination unit here. Very convenient.
Or you could put the bar right
The
there.
bar.
Bar can come out right there with the bar stool.
Now, don't show this light fixture, but what's they've done that I think is a little bit interesting in both these units. They've used a lot of recessed spots, which cuts down on the glare and helps wash the walls and like blah blah blah.
Okay. Very good. Wait a second. Okay. Now,
This is Studio North. This is 1,100 square feet. It's a little larger than the other unit. Has a separate bedroom. It's got a washer and dryer hookup. And if you want to come on in,
sure.
this unit's got a much larger feel to it. This front room is, we've got 4 porthole windows with a large sky window at each one of the portholes. And similar to the other unit, we have a nice galley kitchen. This one's a little bit nicer that there's a dishwasher goes with this one. And this is the wine.
That's wine.
Here's the musician. This is David the musician.
That's Dave the musician. Hey.
Performing today here at our open house. He's here all the way from Columbus, Ohio.
From Columbus, Ohio, straight to you.
How about that?
Hey. Food.
Well, here we have Tricia and her mother. Tricia's our University of Cincinnati Architectural Co-op student. Tricia's working with us this quarter on looking at doing some other loft projects. Tricia, why don't you tell Brian here what you're working on?
Tell us a little bit about what you do for the city of Dayton.
Well, I started out, the first thing I did, I was working on the Lincoln Lofts, which John can tell you a little bit about the story behind why it's the Lincoln Lofts. But underneath, it used to be a bridal store, and they're hoping to have some sort of retail on the main level, and then the upper 2 levels have loft apartments.
Where are the Lincoln Lofts located?
They're over on East 3rd Street, Merchants Row.
In Merchants Row.
But right now, I think we've got Tricia work on a very exciting project. The Wolf Fitzko building, which is up the street here in Oregon, which has a blue metal front, probably one of the ugliest buildings on the street. Tricia, why don't you tell us a little bit?
Is that the janitorial
Yeah,
supplies?
the former
place?
janitor. Why don't you
Okay.
tell us a little bit about what you're working on with that building?
Well, I just started a couple days ago, so it's, right now I was deciding what the actual heights were. We don't have any measurements for the building, so we were kind of trying to do a little guesswork with that. And then I've been trying to mess around with different loft units. Have 2 units and then 4 2-story units or 4 units, 1 level each.
So you're looking at a combination townhouse and whatever fits, huh?
Whatever fits.
Okay.
And this is your mom. She came up to see
Hi,
the
Mom.
open house today. Then you're heading off to Cleveland today.
Right, yes, yes.
Okay, John, let's take me around through the rest of it. Ooh, we have glass block.
Yes.
We have glass block.
This is the glass block. I'm worried it's 7 after we had, one customer left. I don't know if he signed in.
I don't think so.
He did take a piece of cheese though. That was
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
That's good.
Steph, do you want something to drink?
No, I don't really. Thank you. I like this.
Nice big skylight, John.
And now this is what Marge is calling the studio. The bedroom's behind me. We will walk in here a minute. This is an entrance that actually goes out to the alley in the parking lot. This is a pretty unique space in this unit. Marge did a nice little treatment here with the glass block and the living in this place, I'd probably put my bedroom out here so I could wake up every morning and see the sun rising out
Take
here.
advantage of the natural light.
Yeah, and there's an interesting cityscape. There are a couple of churches out there with some nice steeples.
Yeah. Urban living.
This is the bedroom. It could be a bedroom, it could be a study, could be a large storage area. Marge did a nice little treatment back here. We have a double closet, and there's actually a loft storage area above.
Very nice.
For bulky items. And right over here,
Or you know what? You could put a little bed up there too with a ladder.
could, little bed and a ladder, and maybe have that as a guest sleeping loft.
Yeah, a little privacy up
Yeah.
there.
And this is utility closet. You can see that Marge is
Washer
set this
hookup.
up for a washer and dryer hookup. This will be very, very convenient. I think will be a real good selling point for this unit.
John, in this house, this would basically just be where you would stack your clothes. And this
Yeah, if I were living, in fact, I already said if this were my place, I'd have the bedroom out here, and I'd have an extra bed in here that I'd have all my clothes on because I don't use a chest of drawers.
That's right.
I just have all the clothes out, so I know what to wear in the morning. By just
You could put nails on the wall to hang things.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay. But that's a nice size, very practical size closet.
Very generous. Real clever use of this.
I've been in here once and I didn't notice that.
This is another nice little touch that Marge did.
Panel doors.
These panel doors here instead of the flush corridors gives a little bit of character to the unit, a little bit more finished feel to it, along with both in this area and this studio area out here. They left the woodwork unpainted and then finished it natural.
Yeah.
And of course, you'll notice too, there's the recessed spots again, which
That's a
really
large
added nice.
crown mold they put up there. What
Yeah.
exactly is that?
Well, the crown mold goes throughout the entire unit here. It actually wraps around. You can see there's a little soffit in here in the kitchen, and it matches up with that. And here comes Chuck Chambers, the
Chucker,
architect.
baby.
Chuck, the architect.
I haven't seen you for a while.
Hey.
From there, you can build up, kind of work your way up, depending on what you want, how you want it. At this point, we have a basic design for the top floor, but we're allowing everybody to design their own to a certain degree. If you look at this floor plan here, there's a couple on some other tables. This is hot off the press. We have three designs for the three lofts that are pretty well spoken for, and that's the second floor. We're going to develop the second floor first, and then as we sell the units, we'll go up to the top floor. Those are actually the top floor we see as the prime units. The bottom floor, middle floor, kind of a little bit lesser. We figure we take a little bit harder ones and give the better ones to all the people that are interested. We also, one other thing, we've arranged financing through all the banks in the city of Dayton. We had to sell this whole photo concept. It was a pretty major sell. We've been working on this since September. And up until February, we didn't really have anybody saying, okay, we're going to finance your project. We got 3 banks to come together to do our construction loan financing, and we have 7 banks that are going to do the end loan financing. So what we do is if someone says, hey, I'm interested in buying a lot, we say, okay, this bank is available to talk to. They already know about the project. They're bought in on it. If you're bankable, then they will probably more than likely fund the project for you. So we've set that up, which is a big part of the hard sell. It'd be tough to go in and say, all right, I want to buy a lot, so it's a lot. So we took care of that problem ahead of time. We're ready to go. We're looking for names. So follow me. We're going up. Take your brochure if you kind of want to see. And you can see we've got tape laid out on the floor right now. Basically, it's divvying out the way the units are. This being a 1,300 square foot unit. There are 1430 units. And the front size is 1425. Basically, all of our plumbing chases are on the wall to divide the units. The center unit has dual plumbing chases. The end units have both east and west plumbing chases. One of the concerns when you're building like this is to keep from plumbing popping through to your neighbors stuff is on the 3rd floor we'll have to have some platform to keep all the plumbing really tight on the wall. On this floor we're doing pretty much the same, but we're not going to apply Come on, we're gonna take out, what we'll do is take out, slide it down, hold down here, go in here, go in the
Walk around looking for it. We look for this big open garage.
Oh, no, come back out, please. No. Distribution warehouse, so they had a lot of freezers and coolers. So on each one of these floors, there's freezers and coolers. I won't be able to take into the third floor because we're right in the middle of just tearing the heck out of it. And there's all 3 of them. So if you want to walk around here for a second, this is all, so you got to remember this is part of this unit. Believe it or not, this is 1,300 square feet. It ends right about where this wall is right here. Okay? About right in here. Okay? So it goes from here all the way up. These columns are 22 foot on center to give you an idea of space. One of the hardest things about these open spaces is spatial relations. How big is it? You know, does a couch really fit in there? You got 22 feet. How many places have a 22-foot living room by, well, not a ton of them. So, you know, you kind of get lost. The idea here is to leave everything building material-wise exposed. You've got the brick, leave that exposed. Ceiling is good. Obviously, this is going to be what's on the floor.
It is. This is the large elevator. This is the freight elevator. Well, if you want to go in Irish.
parking lot.
But you could always make the light well.
Yeah, well, I wanted the parking lot in the back to go with it. Big bit of the back, you know, go up to it. So we're going to reverse it. We don't have parking. Yeah, and downtown partnerships trying to get us to go.
How do you guys handle your
Well, no,
the fireworks that were probably 10, 11 o'clock, which is great. Came up here, threw a little music on, had it simulcast, picked my feet up on the parapet, just watched them all go off. No traffic, just walk downstairs, maybe hop, well, we can't hop the elevator, we can at least hit the stairs and go back to the unit. Each one of these floors and the roof included is solid concrete, 7 inches, 9'9", all the way down. Sound is not going to be a problem here, which is really nice. Get into some of the wooden structures, you've got a little bit more problem with that. Somehow you got to deal with it. Either you're putting drywall and some kind of a sound bat up, or you're doing something to the floor below. The thing is, we can do anything to the floors, not really be, if we want to leave them concrete, we can leave them concrete. Also, the building is built so solidly that, in the way the units are set up, that you're kind of meeting each other. You have a lot of common walls and interior walls, so to heat and cool these things should be relatively inexpensive. We're doing all split systems, which is we'll have our condensers up on the roof. We'll have HVAC spiral duct, just kind of run any way you want to run it, or we can do square duct, or we can do it any way you want to do it. Just kind of throughout the space, working with probably any kind of geometric designs you want to do. The vision for up here is just to enjoy downtown, and as you can see, as the night comes upon us, so does downtown. It just kind of elevate in light and beauty. All the neon you can see all the buildings. We're so close down to the neon movies that way, and the diner and Arby's, Jerry Howard's place, everything else that's around us, White Tower. We got Wimpy's down. We got some great cuisine really close. And we're only 2 blocks. We're 1 block from Jefferson Street, which really is starting to take off with cold beer and cheeseburger, Yellow Rose. We got Chili's. I mean, all within a block's walk. The courthouse square, 2 blocks away. We're going to put a rooftop deck up here. It'll pretty much encompass a good
I'm going to have to. Let's go
Basically,
this
our
way.
plan is
not only do the building, but we have a whole plan and concept for the whole area. Not only do we want to renovate the Penske building into mixed use of retail and residential, but also look at doing some improvements around the parking lot. And also there's a very little known street in the back called Kent Street, which we're looking at doing a thing called Kent Street Marketplace. So not only we're looking at doing just one piece of the puzzle, but hopefully, look at the whole neighborhood.
Okay.
What else, John?
John, jump in there, say something.
Tell us a little bit about this building. It's got really high ceilings and some great columns. It just doesn't look like the traditional apartments that you might put in.
Well, the building was built in 1876 and was supposed to be construction. Then after the 1913 flood, most of this area was called fire block and burned down. In 1919, they totally removed all supposed to be construction and put in all this poured-in-place concrete. It does have very high ceilings, 13 foot on the first floor, 11 on the second, and half on the third floor. So it really creates a really unique space that you can't really get anywhere else.
So it's almost two buildings in one.
It's the exterior, and then they build a new building inside of the structure. That's sort of what we're doing right now.
How about the elevator? You want to show us the elevator?
Okay, good. We get to walk around.
It's like
Hey Norm, can you tell us about the elevator?
One of the nice things about the building is the elevator. It gives it a lot of the character that people are hopefully going to be looking for. We plan on keeping the elevator and just doing things. Initially we put some lights, we've up-lighted the shaft, really to draw attention to it, make it an architectural feature of the building.
This is almost as big as a room. So this is what you will be able to ride your elevator just up to your floor. This is the regular.
This will be just used for the residents. It's not used for the commercial. So actually we have parking in the basement for the residents. They can take the elevator or the stairs up to their units. Primarily this will probably be groceries, things like that. And also big parties. We plan on having a lot of them.
Can you get a shot of this?
Sure, we can do that.
Does it show up? Well, yeah, this will be pretty dramatic. You can see the counterweights and the flywheel.
Get ready to get some things started here. Great. We'd like to thank everyone for coming out this morning and sharing our vision of the future of downtown. At this time, we have a lot of people we'd like to welcome and get up and say a few words. First, we have Mayor Mike Turner. If Mayor Turner would like to go up and say a few words. Thank you. These two guys are certainly to be commended. It's wonderful that they are taking their talents, are dedicating themselves to saving a building that perhaps does not have other uses. This clearly is a sign of vision for our community, and people like them that are willing to take a risk in downtown are certainly the kind of people that we need. I also want to thank everyone who's been assisting them, National Street Bank, Citywide, City of Dayton, because certainly it takes the institutions in our community to recognize vision and to recognize that we have a hope for the area. One other thing I would like to say that I think is very significant is that in the LOFT program, they really have identified a building that when people first looked at it, they probably thought was not the best candidate for LOFT housing. But now that they're already beginning to transform and you walk into this, you can see that there is tremendous opportunity for LOFT housing here. This ought to make it easier for other people who can identify buildings that would be easier to convert to LOFT housing to make that risk and make that jump. So they're certainly to be commended, and I'm excited to be here today for this dedication as we start the LOFT housing project. First of all, also I forgot to introduce who them are. Them is myself, Bill Rain, and my partner Dave Williams. And Dave and his background is basically we come from the neighborhoods. I live in McPherson Town. Dave lived in St. Ansdale. We've been very active in the community for Preservation Dayton, for the Living City Project in our neighborhood organizations. So we just want to give you a little background about who we are. And sorry, we're not really used to this yet, so but we want to let you know who we were. Next, I don't think we have any other city officials here today. We'd like to bring up Bob Graff, Chairman of the Board of Citywide Development Corporation. Bob.
Thank you. Wow. I had hoped they'd have the pool open, but they tell me that's in the latter part of it. Citywide Development, speaking for our staff here and the board members, we're very pleased to be a partner in this, along with Fifth Third Bank and National City Bank. I'd like to also mention that Willis Smith of Citywide staff put in a lot of effort on this, and this is the type of thing, there are good things happening in the city of Dayton, and we're proud to be a part of it, and we commend these gentlemen for their foresight. Thank you.
And next we'd like to bring up a person that's really been with us from the beginning, and that's Lee Bierman, National City Bank. Lee's did a great job. I mean, she took a chance on two guys that came to her with an idea, and she basically put the whole financing package together and got the other players involved. So Lee Bierman.
It's been exciting. It's interesting to get involved with some visionaries and some people who have the wherewithal to bring it together and stick to it. I don't even know that that's a word, but through National City we were able to pull together Fifth Third and Citywide in the construction phase, and all of the other banks in town are participating on an end loan basis with the units. We're pleased to be a part of it, and we look forward to working through the process of the construction and the end loan financing. Thanks again. Good luck.
Next we have Dan Sadlier from Fifth Third Bank. Like Lee has been in from the beginning. We appreciate it.
I would also like to share and join everybody in the comments that made so far, congratulating these two gentlemen and bringing to us today a vision that we have talked about for many months and even years. And I think it's very exciting, and we're quite pleased to be part of this very innovative project, and look forward to a very successful conclusion very soon. Thank you.
Next, we have some people we'd like to thank because they've been involved with this whole process. Neil Hank, who could be here with us today. Barry Buckman of Wolfer, who was the architectural on this. Ed Armstrong, Gary Ferguson, who's putting all this together. Cindy Kaler, who's been our legal assistant. My wife Maureen, and Dave's girlfriend Susan Teach. John Stewart, who's with us tonight, is going to be one of our neighbors. And also Martha Taylor from Taylor Van Emporium, who will be one of the commercial tenants on the Kent Street side. And also we have a very special person that I think really deserves a lot of this, and that's John Gower from the City of Dayton Department of Planning. Also, we have a sort of special gift. Yesterday was John's birthday, and we have something very special for him. John, if you want to come on up. Walkman. You can see the cake. Last night about 2 in the morning, Dave and I went to Myers and put this together. It said happy birthday, John. And they even gave me the little thing to draw on it. So we did a little city, and we put a living city on it because John is sort of the head visioneer of this, and he's been a lot of inspiration in this. So John, thanks a lot. Happy birthday. Thanks. This time I'd like to bring my partner Dave Williams, and he's going to talk a little bit more about the project and really what we're going to be doing here.
Well, it's great to see everybody here. We're here for an unveiling. It's kind of a unique way, just like LoftWalks, it's a unique way to use buildings that typically be kind of written off. Our unveiling is similar to a groundbreaking today for the Loft, one of the few remaining pieces of siding left on the building. We're offering a vision of renovation rather than demolition by neglect. Our goal here is to take these buildings and present a vision that everybody can see of a viable working project. We're going to offer 6 units, which are going to be loft condos. As we did our survey and our study, we found out that the percentage, about 50% of the group that we surveyed wanted to buy the units. We're taking it. We're using the mixed-use concept, which isn't too used around here. We're going to have first floor commercial. We're going to have basement parking. With this, we're going to offer a great place for downtown Dayton. We want to be a place of destination, and we want to share this corner downtown with everybody, and everybody can down here and say, hey, I've been out of Lost in St. Clair. Hopefully someday the Kent Street Marketplace, maybe Lost across the street. What we want to do is have our unveiling. Our unveiling is going to be pulling off a piece of vinyl siding. Everybody has a glove that is going to be joining us for the unveiling. If you have a glove, in whatever hand you have, you're going to grab the vinyl with that. We're all going to pull on a 1, 2, 3 lock, and we'll get it rolling and have some fun. Thanks for coming. Okay, Mike up center. Are there any other gloves? Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3, launch.
Still have a piece over there. Way to go, Bill.
Come in, see the building, we'll walk you around, we'll look tour directions and what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. We have all of our study information, our models, and everything else like that. We have some coffee, juice, Are we on TV?
You're on television.
Is it running?
It's running.
It's running?
I had to get the, it's like transportation footage. I'm getting transportation footage.
Okay, so I'll talk to Patty.
And Carol wants to contact us.
Okay. Great. 16, I'll just get a hold of you guys.
Prior building, Monday the 25th of July, 10 o'clock in the morning. We're on the 3rd floor. See all the light coming in from the windows. A little bit of demolition material.
Get a nice shot there at the Longmore Street steam station.
Yeah, can we see out the window there? Let's see if we can pan out, pan out, pan out. Look at that. Oh yeah, there it is.
Isn't that nice?
That's very nice. Yes. Nice view. Room with a view.
I should have gotten a picture of that.
Let the light adjust a little bit. Notice the detail on the columns.
I'd like to get a shot of whoever did that lettering.
That's true.
Whoever did that.
This is the stairwell here, stairs going down, stairs going up, and over here, the message.
Get another shot here.
Okay. Please, I'm a good building and can be reused in many lofty ways. Thank you for respecting me. Sincerely, the Russell Pryor Building, 1994. Mr. Russell Pryor's spirits have been at work. There's a little happy face in the corner. There's a little note on the wall, too. There's a photograph and a little letter. know if you can read that. It's the building talking again.
It's a talking building.
It's a talking building. There's a little rendering of the space. Very nice. This is a shot looking northeast, the corner of the, it's at the Ludlow 123 building and the Wurlitzer building. Further, Center City building, Rybold building. It's the corner of the 5th and Ludlow building. What is that building?
A shot of the Great Press in the background.
Dave Hall Plaza, green space. There's a little green space where Women in Jazz was this weekend. And here's the remnants of the printing industry here in Dayton. And in the background, the Ludlow building. All right, John, why don't you tell us where we're at and why this is important?
We're on the 5th floor of the Russell Pryor building. This building was built in 1916, and it was actually the first building that was completed that had a terracotta front in what's known today as the Terracotta District, which is the intersection of 5th and Ludlow here. This building was built with very heavy floor loading capabilities. This building was designed and built with heavy floor loading capabilities because it was designed to house printing companies when it was first constructed, and I believe that both the second and third floor originally were housed with printing companies. If you take a look here, you can see the columns with the mushroom tops. Each floor is about 4,500 square feet from front to back. And we have some of the old industrial steel sash windows in the back. And at the time that this building was built, it was fairly interesting in that we had these large steel double-hung windows on the front of the building that actually stretched from column to column, from the spandrel to the slab. So it was designed fairly close to what we might call the modern curtain wall building. The only part of the building that's clad in terracotta in the front is actually around the concrete columns themselves. The building as it stands right now is deficient from a code point of view. There's one stairway to the south here that's shared with an elevator. In order to bring this building up to standards and be able to get the upper floors occupied, we have to add a second stairway. You can see in here that we've laid out some paint lines on the floor. These two lines right here suggest that there could be a corridor that comes down here with an exterior stair over there. And this line represents about a 1,400 square foot module in the front that could be used for either housing or a workspace or a live workspace. And then this area to the back of the building, we've shown a line that actually goes down that area right there would break well into two other spaces of about 1,400 feet. Now, if you want to come back here, I think it's a fairly interesting view of the Longworth Street steam station. Right through here, and this was actually the third or the last of 3 steam stations that was built by the power companies for the district heat system or the district steam system that served downtown. And of course, today there's only 2 operating steam stations, the Longworth Station and the station over out on East 3rd Street near Webster.
There's no windows in that.
No, there are no windows there. The birds fly in and out.
Provides very good ventilation.
Let's get some of the lettering.
Okay.
Now, when we came up here, we found this. When we came up here, we actually found this already painted on the wall. And as best as we can tell, Russell Pryor himself came here one night because the building is haunted, but it's a happy haunting. It's not an eerie haunting. And Russell came up here and left a little note that said that he built a good building that can be reused for. He'd appreciate it if we could find a way to get the building reused.
Do a little thing here, John. Let's do a little. And this, of course, would be your view from the, what would be the rear unit?
For the unit facing west. And it's actually one of the wonderful assets of having any sort of a location down here is being able to watch the trains. There's probably at least 12 to 14 trains come through here.
What is that line, John? That's what train line is that?
I don't know. I don't know if it's CSX or
and that would be the same track that if we get an Amtrak line.
Yeah, if there'd be a passenger service reestablished, that's the same track that would operate.
We see the
Trains don't honk their horns while they're downtown. They only blow their horns where they're...
Take it away with most. Otherwise, it's first there.
Bob, John, come over here and introduce yourselves, and then we'll just talk about the, don't stand that close to me.
Well, I'm John.
And I'm Bob French.
And we're in the, do you know the name of the building?
We're in the 18-20 South Jefferson Street building, formerly occupied by Bernie's Music Store, formerly occupied by the sporting good, Jim Flynn Sporting Goods, formerly occupied by Antoinette Beauty Supply Company, formerly occupied by the office, Everybody's Office, formerly occupied by the Dayton Lighting Company.
A long history.
It's a building was built, I believe, in 1926. It's reinforced concrete, has a 15-foot ceiling on the first floor, 3,000 square feet on each of 3 floors, first, second, and third, plus a full basement, so that's 12,000 square feet altogether. And it has a private alley access in the rear. There is no parking. We have a fire escape out the back end. There is a freight elevator that serves all 4 levels and has a roll-up steel door that you can deliver through from the private alley into the elevator and take it to any level of the building.
Okay.
We're going to go through the building. I think we'll take the elevator up, maybe start at the top.
Yeah,
and walk down.
take
The
it.
top is the worst part of the building.
Okay, well, let's go for the worst first.
Because we have a leaky roof that is in the process of being redone.
Why don't you guys get in the elevator and close the door once, just for special effects. This is looking at the 3rd story window, Market Street. The old Admiral Bimbo Hotel. Jefferson and 3rd Street. Yeah, with drop ceiling in here.
No gas, we only have electric right now.
No gas, only electric. Little partition wall put in here.
There's 2 blank stacks.
What was on this second floor, Bob?
Display room for whatever was on the first floor. Most recently, Bernie had some musical instruments and stuff up here. It's a building that you really, if you're going to use it for retail, you can't split it up. There's no way.
No. Got these wood floors too. No, Dave should have done this one. He'd probably be finished and in and on to the next one if he.
That's your fire escape exit.
Not real hard.
Oh yeah.
And you're all set with this building. You don't have to put any of this here.
This is the private alley.
Brian, I think this is your next project. It's not the voluntary link.
Well, 175.
To take it, it'd have to come off and be put back on again.
What would that more conventional be?
20, 25, about a quarter.
This church was which denomination?
It's been lots of different
originally,
things.
I guess.
It says on the side here, German evangelical, it's German Baptist, but Reformed, I don't know what that means. It's Deutsche Evangelischen.
Was formed, or when the first building was built, or when the building previous to this was built, because City Hall, which is an old YMCA, has 2 gates.
This, I really want to put this on the record, so I'll say it first. Well, this building was Jerry Brown.
So who's Jerry's girlfriend?
Her name is Marilyn. Well, I mean, married for all intents and purposes.
She a
They
young
live
babe
together.
or his age?
Oh, I'd say she's 40-something. Nice gal, really.
Is she?
Lady, yeah.
I know Jerry.
Anyway, they were trying to tear it down, and
Yes.
so where it's red is paint, and where you see brick stuff happening, we tuck pointed the outside of the building. In retrospect, I had a partner that I was letting ramrod the project, and we put $19,000 into tuck pointing the outside of the building. So when you look around, you see bricks that have been replaced and so forth, and a lot of tuck pointing that's been done. We should have fixed the roof first. We didn't. And it's too bad, but whoever ends up with it doesn't have to do the tuck point. So, you know, it's going to be, we saved it, it didn't get torn down. We've done nothing, basically, except tuck point it, and we shored up some interior stuff, which I could show you that was done with I mean, the steel we put in is still okay, and all the beams are still in pretty good shape, but...
Now, who'd you have for your engineer on that?
Oh, you know, what's the guy that's he's like the dean of engineering in Dayton.
I forgot his name.
Shell. Anyway, the guy that's talking about the climbing gym is very interesting because he does have the money, and he's been looking around for about 6 months to find a place, and he's done his homework. I mean, he's researched it. He knows what kind of money he can put in and expect to make. He's talking about taking the back section there and turning it into an apartment himself, and then this part out here would be where the climbing would go.
They have off hours for the climbing school. This could be as
Great parties.
But he says these are serious people that come to climb there. They're not, they're not flakes, and he knows all about the insurance aspects of it.
That's a business that's making, you're reading about it.
Well, and it was interesting. We were walking down the street, and
because he knows all.
Oh, my mind is really crazy today. Bill Love, who's a partner in Wolpert and Company, was driving down the street, and Bill stopped to say hello, and I introduced him to Carl, and I said, Carl's talking about maybe doing some kind of a climbing gym. And he said, well, tell him to call me. I did one of those over at the University of Indiana a couple of years ago. He said, I know all about that. Just like that. I mean, Bill Love knows what a climbing gymnasium is all about. Apparently they have a wall at Indiana University. Yeah.
Tim, why don't you give us a quick thing about just what you said when you first walked in about taking out all the interior, sure.
Well, we have stripped everything out of here. There were some big walls in here, A lot of it was rotten, falling apart. We took 40 some loads of trash by 2.5 ton dump truck to the landfill. Fortunately, it was before it cost $30 a load. We have drawings that have been done by Earl Reeder. You know Earl? We have drawings that have been done by Earl that have that as a side entrance with a small vestibule, that as an entrance with a slightly larger vestibule, and then a hallway that connects the two, and 2 units down, and 2 units up, 2 units down, and 2 units up, so basically 8 units in here of something just over 1,000 square feet. Without getting into poking into the upper regions where you could have an extra bedroom, bathroom, like in this area and that area and the tower. And
really get up there in the trusses?
You can. I mean, there's room to get up in there with a bedroom and a bathroom without any trouble because there's nothing between them, between the scissor trusses. But when we did the drawings, we purposely left out any poking up into the 3rd level area because we felt that if you start doing that, then you're talking about lots more money. And if an individual came and said, well, look, I want 1,600 square feet, then we'd say, okay, well, you could do this, but that will cost you Y. But the idea of having a central hall that went through and then splitting these apartments down the middle and putting like closets on these walls would give pretty good sound separation. No, the altar was here. Yeah, the altar was here, and there was a baptismal that was over here. This was the stairs down into the baptismal. It had become full immersion baptism all the time. It was closed. I have no idea how long it's been since it's been occupied. When we bought it, there was a thing out front that had a cross and a neon sign on it that said, Jesus saves.
I remember that.
Was saying it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool artifact.
Tim, a portion of it, you've got some structural steel members in
Well,
here.
there's that steel there to repair that beam. There's a column here to repair this beam. And then there's another piece over here to hold up the end of that scissor truss.
Okay.
All right. And then the idea there was that the ends of those trusses had rotted out and the roof had dropped down. So we actually poked a hole in the roof near where the holes already were and put a crane on the truss and picked it up to set the steel in place, and then it was welded.
Okay.
It was a much simpler way of doing it since the roof was already had holes. And I've got Gower, who's working for my attorney on the roof.
How many?
Is not mine.
But you can get some spaces in here parallel.
Who owns
off
the
those.
lot? Well, I'm not sure. The guy that owned the church, his name was Carl. Carl Manley's parents used to own the lot. There's some people who are trying to buy and get permission to build on it. I mean, I don't know if they've gotten permission to do what they want to do or not. Have they? I don't know. But if they get permission to do what they want to do, then they will. Which is, I mean, I would love to have bought the lot, but I just can't get any farther in depth at this point. Anyway, I have a roof on this one. It's been on a little over a year now.
So you got gutters and downspouts.
And gutters and downspouts at the same time. And they did some painting for me when they were putting the roof on. But I need to finish the painting where this tin is. I need to have this quarter of the roof is still not done. You see up there, there's exposed plywood. Don't look at that. And
well, we know she's on the back side.
yeah, fortunately, it doesn't leak too badly yet. But you know, I'd like to get all the painting done and get the windows straightened around. And I think that, you know, if I could get that grant, I could do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would make a real big
And finish
visible
the
change
stucco,
outside.
finish the stucco on the front steps, and complete that little entryway so that it looks right, too, which is really would really make a difference. This is Sam. He's my neighbor next to the other church. Hi, Sam. Sam's a preacher. No, John Mong
is the what?
John Mong owns this. Sam lives right next door there to the other church. Anyway, John Mong is my partner in this.
What does John do besides?
John is retired from the Merchant Marine. He was born in Greenville or wherever the Mongs were from. His brother's wife was the auditor over there in Preble County for years. She just died. John went to Oberlin, I think, and then was in publishing in New York and got tired of it and went to work in the Brooklyn shipyard for 5 years and liked that so much he shipped out and went to sea. And he sailed all over the world for about 12 years. He's just a wonderful guy. But he works for the library now. And he and Sharon get along like thieves because Sharon reads all the time. Let's go in the back here and I'll just I've got somebody working on the lock. We'll see back tonight.
I'm trying to keep you out of it, Steve, okay?
Normally it's locked.
Send you one to make sure she didn't.
The streets.
Is this your trash in here?
No, no. Most of it's not trash. But when I collect trash off the streets, this is where it goes. Then I throw it out. Don't get that.
There's an apartment in front of this.
Yeah, we can see that. I called my tenant. Told her that I wanted to get in.
Okay.
And she told me that I would do it.
With a sign.
Now, when
you're thinking of your units here, how does this lay out?
well, you know, I can hard here.
Yeah. I could see it better when it wasn't lit up, but that's...
Okay.
No, that's fine. I already got a shot
You know
of
where
it.
Jim Miller's building is? That's Blood Hardware.
Okay.
When we moved down here, Mr. Blood was still in charge. He was the son of the founder. There had been a hardware store since his father founded it. And he was selling out shortly after we moved down here. And Jim Miller bought the building from him and tore down the only parallelogram building in the entire city of Dayton that I know of. We were really mad about that. The one on the corner of Wayne and Cass was not so remarkable. It was just I mean, it did that. It had a 135-degree corner on it and a corner entrance. And it was like 1870s probably. But the one on the corner of Abrams and Cass had the stone foundation was cut like this, and then in the back it went like that. And it was a wonderful little frame house. And then in between there was a 1910 house, which he could have torn down, nobody would complain about it. But he came in with all this grandiose plan of tearing this down and what he was going to do with the lot. He never did any of the weeds. So there it is. Which is, I think, an argument for not letting somebody tear something down unless they really have a plan for something going back in the right. But because neither of those two little buildings was in very bad shape. This building did not have, this building had one leak in the roof. And because of the other building and leaks, and I could see the damage, that I went ahead and put a roof on this. And when Carl was in here, I mean, this probably looks awful to you, but
It's like home for me.
The
In fact, there's the lawnmower right there.
these are wormy chestnut. You know, the last wormy chestnut tree died in 1938. I got them out of the farm in West Virginia. I've already made a mantelpiece out of one of them. I found these in the basement behind one of the pieces of ductwork down there, and I think these are the original. Is there light enough behind that for you to see it? These are original windows that would have been in front of the church, and at some point they modernized them and put these other ones in, the ones that I've had restored. Unfortunately, when I bought the building, these windows were taken out and sort of in here in storage. Carl, I guess, had done that. And there were 5 tops. There's those 3, which are pretty much the original colors. And no bottoms, and only 4 of these half rounds. The half round tops. So what goes underneath them, I don't know. But anyway, that's the one little thing I've done towards restoration is to try to get those windows redone. That's not original colors. You see, we didn't have enough of the blue, so I had him take these 2 windows here and take what blue he needed from them to fix the 3 that face that street. Dick Carter did those for me. Yeah, he does good. They're not perfect, but it's nice to have something of the original fabric of the glass. That was a baptismal. All the windows from the other church are back in here. And the lights. And this would be a bathroom and a small laundry.
And you leave this open?
And then this, well, we'd have a wall in there to keep us from having to heat the rest of it. But this room here would all be just one big open room.
What about the other
and
room
then,
in front and the
then I figured there's room over here without really pushing it at all for 4 more units. And what I would like to do is configure it so that the unit ended up with 2 windows. Those 2 units over there end up with 2 windows and 1 window, and then you would enter that other unit from the front of the church, and it would have 2 windows facing east and 1 window facing west. And without any trouble at all, you could pop up to a 2nd level and have 1 dead pigeon. Sorry about that.
That's okay. We've seen them. I've seen them before.
Oh, yeah.
Tells you how often I come up here.
The arcade's filled with them.
Anyway, and then that loft, choir loft, would be a southern apartment. That's about 1,000 square feet over there.
The loft just by itself.
What about the units in there, Tim? Is how big?
The choir loft itself, from this doorway that way, is 1,000 square feet. It's 25 by 40, and then there's a little room above that used to be the pastor's office. That would be like a bedroom for that unit. That it's 12 by 12, I think. So that would be about 1,100 square feet. And then they would have an entrance downstairs, which would provide them with some downstairs closet space and then some storage in the basement. Okay. Currently, because I only have the 1 unit in here, I haven't done anything about breaking up the basement. But what I would like to do, because I don't really want to create rental space, is to chip away at it 1 unit at a time, and then once I get them all done, sell them as condominiums.
Sure.
But that's, obviously way down the road. I got to sell my house and get in here first.
So we got to find your buyer.
Together for a long time. I really no, he said, I wouldn't do that. He said, I'd put the bathroom down there and get rid of that wall. I mean, you can leave it exposed in the bathroom if you want to, but that's ugly. So then when people come in, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to go, oh, wow, look at this. Because they're going to see this side, which is okay and looks pretty good. And then put your bathroom in there, put the kitchen in front of it, and then put a little sleeping area in there, and then as like a guest area, maybe sitting there, and then put your bedroom in there if you want to. And obviously, you know, he's so bright about stuff like that. When the minute he says something, if you're open-minded, it clicks. I mean, he makes sense. Very smart guy. Yeah, it does work. It does work. And because my intention would be to bring this floor up until it's all pretty much level in order to not break it all up. And that underneath here, the roof slopes. Okay? So I couldn't take this down to that level. I have to take this across. So my concept is to take these doors and use them in the other apartment, and then maybe put some alcove type things in there. But it may be, if this is just going to be an apartment, a whole lot more cost effective to just sound deaden that wall and ignore it. But then the doors, they don't make any sense in here because they're just flat. I mean, the roof's flat. But over there, they make the same kind of sense they do when you look at them from that side, where they go up with the roof and down with the roof, and they would be much more attractive to look at. So, and there I could use one as like a closet, and one as a hi-fi, and one as a small office space where you could shut the door and not have to put all your paperwork away every time you have guests. Because Sharon and I really are looking forward to the idea of living in one big space and not in the morning when we spend our 20 minutes together, you know, before she goes off to work and I go off to work, she's in the library drinking her coffee and I'm in the kitchen eating my breakfast. It would be nicer if we were in the same room.
You could at least see each other.
Yeah.
Look at each other. You don't have to even speak.
Exactly.
You could just look at each other.
Well, you know, it's funny, but that's the way you live nowadays. You know, you don't have servants bringing you stuff, and you're not sitting at the table while somebody serves you. You're doing it yourself.
Sure.
And Sharon prefers to sit on the couch and drink her coffee. I like to sit down at the table and eat my cereal. She doesn't eat breakfast. So we're in two different spaces, whereas if we were in one big room, we'd be in the same space. And you don't spend that much of your waking time together. You know? This is nice if the time...
It's a reason to live in a wall.
I'm not in favor of it.
Well, my mother, I grew up in a house where she really liked them. She still has them, but I maintain them, so I always come down to about this height. And I know the damage that they do.
Okay.
They've been on that house for 30 years.
I actually did not cut the ones off of here because it's not that great. Trying to crawl into that lead.
I mean, because they'll grow in there and they'll start separating things.
They separate stuff. I know.
I mean, you know.
Not a good deal. That's Benny Goldfly's doing when he gets contained enough on him. I mean, Steve couldn't believe it when I first went over there, and I'm just jumping up and down, and I'm so happy. I don't even know him. Oh, I'm so glad you're going to be my neighbors. You know, they must have thought I was nuts.
They probably still.
Well, but we get along. I mean, I was the only person down here who was really totally convinced that these churches are great buildings. You know, it's just a question of getting the right, you know, I mean, they're doing the whole thing themselves, for God's sake. And they have really,
Well, this has always been my favorite.
this is a great building, but one of the corners down here has really got more
Well,
to
it's got an
recommend it than any
interior.
other building.
It's got an interior space.
But I mean, the exteriors are still
Well,
brick,
you're right,
it's all
you're right,
there, and,
you're right.
and
But-
the architraves are all in good shape. I love this church. No, you're not going to get any arguments about me. I love this church. I love the little sandstone floorboards. What do you call them?
Caps.
Caps.
Buttress caps.
Buttress caps. You know, I love these. The tower is just wonderful. Wonderful. Carl put a roof on it, one board at a time, up a ladder inside. It's wonderful. I really think the building But I don't know what your neighborhood is like, Brian, but this is a great
scraped all that lead paint off the ceiling on that part right there. There's the brothers and sisters across the street. They're getting wet. Yeah. In stark contrast, new development, new loft housing, very nice, upstairs garden, terraces, and destruction. Jeff's corner from the front and then pan over. Well, the church is probably in the way. The way to do it would be to get up on Jeff's roof. Maybe we can do that Thursday or Friday.
Pieces of terracotta there you can get. Those are the same pieces I've got.
These pieces right here?
Yeah.
There used to be a nice building over down Hudson. Great concrete stock in it. Yeah. What's going on there? I don't know if you call it right there.
Well, we're going to do a shot from the other side.
What I wait for to the left.
We're going to get some shots from there to his window that shows the trajectory of the bullets from the book depository to the act, so we can determine if he acted alone or was a part of the conspiracy.
Well, somebody. This is the grassy knoll. Brian, get a close-up of whoever's in that window over there.
We're going to get the shot of David. Are you going to part of it? I don't know yet.
Doing the zoom. Guys doing down there? Taking a break?
Yeah.
Oh, they're actually trying to cut the rebar.
Yeah, what they're trying to do is take the front down without it collapsing into the street.
Yeah.
This takes real finesse.
Vision. There's a ton of pieces you can see from up here. Actually, that whole section's laying out.
All that. Private video booths down there.
That's what it looks like, huh?
All they need to do is wipe out this building and this place will be completely turned to shit.
It is a shame if you look at that streetscape.
Oh, I
Look at
know.
that.
All the way up.
Where's the hole at? Does anyone see where the hole might be? There it is! There's the hole in the streetscape. Can you say hole in streetscape, Mr. Bill?
This whole little section here looks like those pictures of bad downtown.
As you can see, not very much parking. No parking. No parking at all.